Have you ever sat back and just wonder, what am I going to talk about on my videos? I know they keep telling me I need to do videos. I know I keep hearing that if I really want to market and get out there, I got to do lives, I got to do videos, I got to put content out there. And you're sitting back and thinking, what? What do I know? What can I possibly talk about? Well, stay tuned. Today I'm going to give you some ideas. I'm going to teach you what I was taught that allowed me to take my blog to new heights, take my Facebook and my social media to new heights, take my marketing to new heights with this simple 3-step formula. So stay tuned. All right. One of the things I learned a long time ago was I needed to do content. Content marketing is king. You've heard this all the time. You really need to be putting out content, and you need to be putting out valuable content to whoever your target audience is. Not just willy-nilly random content, but content that will strike at the hearts of your target audience, right? And to do that, you need to know who they are, right? So the first thing about content is you need to know who your target audience is. If you don't know who your target audience is, then creating content, no matter how good you are, isn't going to be that valuable because you're not talking to the right people. You need to talk to the right people. I remember many years ago when I first got started in network marketing back in the early 70s that someone told me about the 3-foot rule, where as long as someone is within 3 feet of you, they're a possible customer or prospect or partner in your business. And we would hit everybody. We'd go to gas stations, talk to everybody. And I very, very quickly found out that this isn't true. These people, aren't interested in what I might have had, soap, and they already were using a great soap, and they didn't care about any of that stuff. They didn't want to pay more. They didn't want, they've already were making good money, so they didn't really want another business or anything to take on. It wasn't everybody. It was a specific type, a specific ideal customer. And when I figured that out years down the road, I realized that, I'd been losing a lot of traction along the way in those years because I was just spinning my wheels. And I don't want you to be in that same place. So first and foremost is you need to know who your target audience is. You need to know who your ideal customer audience is. And I would encourage you, if you go to rondeering.com and scroll down, you'll see one of my free ebooks and guides is on deciding and creating your ideal customer avatar. Being able to put together a little questionnaire that, will help you determine who they are. But you need to know that. You need to know exactly who you're speaking to, because if you don't, then you're in that cliche of if I market to everybody, I sell to nobody, and you don't want to be in that place. So that's the first thing that you need to know. And this is not the 3-step formula yet, but you can't even do the 3-step formula necessarily without knowing who you're talking to. Once you know who you're talking to, and I'm gonna grab this from a good friend and a mentor of mine for many, many years, starting, probably around 2009, 2008 timeframe. Ray Higdon, who I remember being on one of his trainings, and he had made a comment of this thing called ILT. I'm like, ILT, what does that mean? And he started to expound on what ILT was. And those are the 3 steps. So the first step, the I of ILT, is invest. And what we mean by invest is not only either invest in your time, invest your money, invest in your education, right? And that can be done. Some people pay thousands, tens of thousands of dollars to hire a coach and to get training, take courses, and so forth. Other people spend time on YouTube or go to udemy.com and spend smaller amounts of money to get education on learning how to maybe do some technical program that they need, marketing, mindset, whatever it might be, right? So the first step is you need to invest in you. You need to invest in your personal growth, in your training, in your education, in you becoming a better version of you. That's number 1. Invest in you. Number 2 is learn it. Don't just watch it, let it go. Put it into practice. See if it works for you. If it's a social media tactic or method or marketing scheme or whatever it might be. And I don't mean the word scheme in a bad way, but it's some strategy that you're using. Test the strategy out. Okay? Invest, learn it. Become good at it. See if it really works. If it doesn't work, then you can make the decision. Hey, you know what? I've learned this. I've tried it. For me, it doesn't work. Right? And most people will go through these first two steps. Most people will invest in the time, will invest in the learning and the understanding of what they're being taught, the education they're getting and everything. But a lot of people don't take it to that last step, the T. And the T is teach. Invest, learn, and then teach others, right? Pay it forward. So when you're sitting back and saying, you know, Ron, I understand what you're saying. I hear what you're throwing down. But I just can't pick it up because I have no idea what to talk about. You have significantly more to talk about than you realize. Because my guess is you haven't been sitting back not learning. Most people who don't know what they're doing and are in front of the computer or Zoom meetings and training and everything, they just didn't realize that they could take that and pass it on to an audience that is struggling with the same thing. It made all the difference in the world for me. It was a game changer from that point on in my business. I went from just consistently having failures to now turning my failures into successes, consistently having successes, building big organizations, making good money, helping so many people, because now I could pass on. I could not just do the I or not just do the L, but I could add on that T and teach and train people. How? Through blogs, through podcasts, through videos on YouTube, through posts if you want to use social media, through lives on social media. Whatever platform you intend to use to put your content up. Making sure that the content that you're putting up is targeted to your ideal target audience, your ideal avatar, and making sure it's something that you know that they're struggling with. And again, that's why that first point is so very important, because if you don't take the time to understand in pretty great detail exactly who your target audience is, it's hard to teach, it's hard to tell, it's hard to educate them on the challenges they're having because you have no idea what they are, right? If you have two things I want to tell you. One is, again, go to rondeering.com, scroll down towards the end of the page. You'll see, I think, 5 or 6 free ebooks I've got out there. One on storytelling, one on your ideal customer avatar, one on lead magnets, and so forth. Look at any of those. They're free to you. Just click on the link and it'll tell you about them and you can get those. Secondly, if you have not read the book Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller, in my opinion, it's a must-have. It's a must-have if you really want to build a business. Whether you're doing network marketing or whether you're doing your own products, your own courses, your own training, education, whatever it might be. Right? If you want to learn how to better market to people, online, offline, in a different world, wherever, Building Your Story Brand with Donald Miller is huge and so very important in your business. It's an inexpensive book. Get it on Kindle. Get the audio version of it, and listen to it 10 times. Read the book 10 times. I'm on my second or third time now, because it's very powerful. But what the framework, he has a 7-step framework that he put together, and the first part of that framework is the hero or the character. Right? You need to know who that is here. Right? Okay. The second part is the challenge. The problem that they're having, right? Those two things in themselves are huge for you. And the third step in the framework is the guide, which is you, right? And if you don't know the first two, you can't be the guide to your hero, right? You're not the hero in the story. You are not the hero in the story. So if you're out there flooding the market with all the success and the money you've made and, how much money, yeah, look at me, you're the hero. And therefore, your value to anybody that wants to do the same thing is very minimal. Very low, in my opinion. If you come to me and say, Ron, man, you need to join this thing. Look at how much money I've made. The first thing I'm going to ask you is, assuming that I believe that it's even true, right? But the first thing I'm going to ask you is, can you give me 10 names of people that you've shown to do the same thing? Because I want to make sure you're a guy. You making a lot of money does nothing for me. You're not sharing that with me. So you making a lot of money has no bearing on it. I mean, yeah, I want to know that you know what, you're doing. But more importantly, I want to know if you can guide me to have similar success or the success that I want, right? Because everybody defines success in their life a different way. But I want to know that you can do that. So I'm more interested in the people that are not spouting how good they are, but are telling me how many people they helped to have success. I love Amy Porterfield and some of the greats out there, but Amy, if you look at any of her sales pages and so forth, it's just flooded with testimonies of people she's helped, lives she's changed, people she's impacted and so forth. Graham Cochran, Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins. The reason these people are so magnetic and so attractive to us is not because of their success, but because of the people they've helped have success. So the value you give, the content you put out there, is going to be based on who your hero and their challenge is. The hero and the problem are what you need to be concentrating on. If you're talking to network marketing people, if you're talking to people that want to start their own business, you're talking to people that have a passion but have no idea how to take that passion to profit online, you need to look at what struggles they're having. Some of those people are having struggles because they just don't get technology, right? They're not technically challenged. They just don't understand the technology that comes with building an online business. Some of those people, they don't understand where to market and how to put posts up or, where to put it up, or should they use TikTok? Should they use Facebook, Instagram, or whatever? Should they be doing YouTube videos? How to create content? You need to know what that is. And how do you know what that is? You start learning it yourself. You take them on the journey you're going. For a lot of people, they're just getting started, and that's why they have the challenge of, what do I say? What do I train on? What content do I put up? Take them on the journey with you. Let them know, hey, I'm just getting started too, but I tried this and it really worked. Let them know that, hey, this worked for me, but it may not work for you. Right? It just drives me crazy when I see people saying, this is it. This is your life is going to change. It's never been taught before, which 99% of the time isn't true. The second thing is if you do this, you're going to have success. They don't know that. It doesn't necessarily work for everybody. Probably over 50% of the time, it's not going to work for everybody. Right? It's going to work for some people. But until you try things, you're not going to know. So you need to start looking at things, finding out what you can do and what works for you, and then start taking people on that journey with you. And be willing to tweak it and say, hey, look, this may not work for you, but I'll work with you to see how we can tweak it so that it does, so that some form of it helps you. I want to take you through this journey and see your success, because what's going to happen along the way is not only are you going to learn something, but I'm going to learn something too. I'm going to learn something even more than what I already know. So the next time you ask yourself, what can I speak to today? What content can I put out there? Remember ILT. Invest, learn, and teach. Pass it on to others. Figure out what your ideal customer avatar is. Know your customer. Know your prospect. Know your partner that you're looking for. Know who you're speaking to. And then ILT. I hope this has helped. Again, go to rondeering.com. I've got a bunch of information out there. We've just launched a new course. I'm giving it away for $47 right now during the summer. You can use the coupon code SUMMER 2024. It'll knock $50 off the original cost and so forth. And you'll see that on the rondeering.com. So God bless you. I hope this has helped. Don't get frustrated. Just get better. God bless you.